Alright guys, we are back. Episode 10 of the San Jose Sharks franchise rebuild. We took a giant time off. I apologize, that is on me. But we are back in full swing in year 4, about to kick up the playoffs for these San Jose Sharks. And we are here to finish the job that we started a few months ago. Now, if you forgot about what's going on, I don't blame you. So in episode 9, we got all the way to the Stanley Cup playoffs in year 4. We won the President's Trophy, going 58-15-9. And we are about to take on the Anaheim Ducks in the first round, who we just eliminated in year 3 to go to our first Stanley Cup final appearance. Obviously, expectations are through the roof. The team is set. No more waiting around. Let's see if we can win our first Stanley Cup. All right, guys, so taking a look at the team before we jump into our first game, we've got Timo Meier, 90 overall on the top line with Connor Bedard, who we selected first overall in our second entry draft. We have Matthew Savoy, who we were able to acquire in the first entry draft of the rebuild, obviously not getting Shane Wright. Second line is Burakovsky, Tomas Hertl, and Alex Killorn. Ivan Kulemin, who was a steal for us in the first round at number 10, ended up being an elite playmaker, awesome forward for us, and he is on the third line at 86 overall. The captain, Logan Couture, as I sport his jersey, and flanked by William Eklund, the best prospect the Sharks have seen in quite some time. On the fourth line, we've got Cody Glass, as well as the acquired Cole Sillinger from the Blue Jackets, and then Shimolevsky rounding out the top 4. On defense, the huge rookie performance from Artemi Kanayev, who broke San Jose Shark rookie records with his 49 points in the regular season. He's flanked by Alexander Carrier, Ryan Merkley, and Mario Ferraro, the second pairing, and then Hayden Fleury with Erik Karlsson on that third pairing. Again, the challenge of this series, we could not get rid of Marc-Edouard Vlasic or Erik Karlsson. Obviously, Vlasic helped us out by retiring early. And then in net, we've got Philip Lindbergh, who is an 83 overall, backed up by Cam Talbot. Those are going to be the players we head into game number 1 with of year 4 of this Stanley Cup rebuild. Let's take a look at the Anaheim Ducks before we get into this, see who our opponent is using. And they went all in year 1 of the trade deadline. They have Johnny Gaudreau, Trevor Zegras, who's a 91 overall, and David Perron, who's now 81. Nazem Kadri, Jacob Perreault, and Braden Tracy. Third line of Mason McTavish, who's 88 overall. Troy Terry and Jordan Eberle. And then Ricard Raquel, Sam Steele, and Maxime Comtois, who very, very good forward core all the way around. On defense, they've got Hampus Lindholm and Jamie Drysdale. That is a phenomenal defense pairing with Henry Thrun, Cam Fowler, Jacob Larson, and then Simon Benoit. And then in nets, they've got the 86 overall John Gibson, backed up by Lucas Dostal. So a very, very good team. I don't think their record really makes sense compared to how their team is. But here we go. We've got game number 1 in the tank. We're going to do a sim and see how game number 1 goes. And it's absolute heartbreak in the tank as Anaheim scores 3 goals in the third period. And they take a 4-3 game 1 win as, just an absolute meltdown in the third period. Tracy and Drysdale 2 minutes apart. Burakovsky gets us tied, and then Thrun with 5 minutes to go. That's absolutely brutal. We hate to see it, and all 3 stars go to the Ducks, who steal game number 1. However, it is going to be a long series, I hope. So we'll go to game 2, back-to-backs in the playoffs. And you know what? Let's go ahead and sim this one. And what do you know? We blow it in the third period yet again. 2 losses to start the playoff run. Connor Bedard gets a goal and an assist, but Gibson with that great performance. And again, that third period goal. We'll take a look at who scored that one. And it was Trevor Zegras with about 4 minutes to go. That's brutal, but it is what it is. And we are down to going back to Anaheim for game 3. Obviously not the start we wanted in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we'll take a look if we need to make any changes here to our lineup as things are just not going as planned. Meier as well, Bedard has been great, 3 points in 2 games, and Savoy with an assist in 2. Killorn's got a goal, Hertl. I mean, everything's balanced. We're just having a hard time scoring. 2 1-goal losses. That's just awfully tough, but here we go. Let's see if we can get something done. We have to win Game 3 in Anaheim, at least get it back to a Game 5 and split here to give us any sort of hope. and we'll see what happens. And that'll do it as we take a 9-3 Game 3 win in Anaheim, as Tomas Hertl is going to get 4 points. Bedard with another 3, and Glass on the 4th line gets 3 as well. Just an absolute amazing performance as we score 4 in that 3rd period. And you see here, Burakovsky had 3, Bedard and Glass did as well. Did everyone get a point? No. Carlson, Ferraro, and Kuhlman, as well as Shemilevsky and Eklund did not get one. But a great Game 3, and obviously hoping the momentum as we almost put up 10 in the playoffs on Anaheim. Hopefully that will get us, some momentum here as we go on to Game 4, and hopefully we can take both here and, even the series up. And we don't. A 5-3 win for Anaheim in Game 4 has us on the ropes. Drysdale gets 3 assists. Kuhlman, who didn't have anything in that 9-3 win, got 2 goals. And we are on the ropes here, going back to the tank. Obviously not where we want to be, but we still have a shot. We've got to win 3 in a row. We've been here before, and I really don't think that there's anything that we need to do in terms of, changing the lines. Let's take a look at special teams, and man, everything is just clicking. I mean, all of our forwards. Bedard's got 7 points in 4 games. Myers got 3 points, 4 points for Savoy. Like, you really can't. 5 points for Hertl. You can't really fault anyone here. Eklund's only got a point. The 3rd line has kind of let things down, but I mean, Cody Glass on the 4th line. The 4th line's been great. So, not much else we can do other than maybe, with an 886 save percentage, we go from Lindbergh and we put Cam Talbot in for Game 4. It's a risk, obviously, but something's got to be done as we have just not looked good. And here we go in game number 5 of the first round, 58-win season, on the ropes against the last place Anaheim Ducks, because of course we are. All right, here we go. This is it. 3rd period of game number 6. Things are not looking good. 5, I apologize. We've got to score to force a Game 6, and we're going to hop right in as we're going to get a shot right up. Hertl's going to go just wide early on in this 3rd period. We've got 5 minutes to go. Kadri's going to send one over to Perreault, rush up down the ice, and he's got some space. No help, though. Cuts into the middle, and he fires one on. Talbot is going to hold onto that one, and after coming in cold in game number 5, he's only let in 1, and honestly, that's the difference so far, as we are absolutely pounding them in shots in this. All right, 4:51 to go. Bedard hops over, and he's going to lose the draw to Lindholm. He'll rip one on. That one's going to go into the corner. Kanayev, the rookie phenom, on the back end to Savoy. Savoy across the line with 4 minutes to go. Cuts into the middle. Here's Meyer, rips one on, and Gibson is going to hold on to that one. Time running out for these Sharks. Connor Bedard, you see right there, leads the team with 7 points. 40-20 are the shots on goal, as Gibson is putting on a performance of the ages. Zegras is going to lose it to Bedard. Pressure there, though. Kanayev holds on to it, sends it down to Bedard. Cuts out in front to Savoy, and what a save there for Gibson. Oh my goodness, what a glorious shot there to tie it. And it won't go. We're all over him here in game number 5, looking to force a Game 6 back in Anaheim. Bedard on the draw against Zegras. And Bedard's going to win it. Here's Carrier. Over to Kanayev, rips one on, and that goes way up behind the net. Here's Meyer. Behind the net, out in front to Savoy. They bang away at it, and now Perron. He skates across the neutral zone, weaves across the line, still has it, fires it on with a toe drag. Easy save there for Talbot. Perron now to Zegras, and that one's going to be gloved. 1:08 remaining in the 3rd period of Game 5. Sharks trailing by 1. Can they come back? Bedard on the draw again. He's going to see the rest of the game more than likely. And he wins the draw to Carrier. Can they break the puck out cleanly over to Bedard? They do. Out of their zone. They skate across the ice. Under a minute to go. Bedard rips one on, tries to go 5-hole. And that one's going to be stopped and held by Gibson. 50 seconds remaining, as the Sharks try desperately to tie it here in game number 5. Bedard again. Can he win the draw? He does. He loses it to Lindholm. Pressured there by Bedard behind the net. Lindholm skates it out. 45 seconds to go. He gets bumped off the puck. Can Meyer get it back? Drysdale now on the breakout. He spins back around to Zegras. Zegras can't get out of his own zone. 30 seconds to go. The Sharks need to pressure Gauthier with a huge hit there. Or sorry, Carrier with a huge hit there. Bedard comes away with it. 26 seconds to go. The goalie's pulled. Bedard to Savoy. Savoy in! And that one's going to be stopped and held by Gibson. 20 seconds to go. No goalie in the net. And the season comes down to this for the Sharks. Bedard one more time on the draw. Can he win it? And he does. To Kanayev. Can't get a shot away. Kadri across the line. Can he get an empty netter? And he does! And Kadri is going to ice this one. What a brutal feeling it is. As the Anaheim Ducks are going to knock off the 58-win San Jose Sharks in 5 games. Good Lord, what do we have to do? Maybe time for one more. Into the corner, Perreault with it, pinned up along the boards. Bedard, the Ducks are going to get their revenge as they move on to round number 2 after losing in the conference final to these Sharks just last season. And now we're going to have to make some decisions as the core is locked up, but some of those pieces that we've had for some time, like Killorn, he's a free agent, and we're going to have to decide what to do here. How bad is Karlsson's contract going to look as he continues to decline as he gets older? And man, it's silence in the tank as San Jose is going to get knocked out in year number 4 after coming within 2 wins of the Stanley Cup just one season prior. We take a look at our AHL team, as again, that was one of our big points. We wanted the entire organization to be rebuilt, and they were 55-20 in their regular season, but they're going to a Game 5 against a team that won 15 less games, so we'll sim to that, and we'll see how they're doing. Taking a look at the lines for our AHL Barracuda, as Daniil Gushkin, again, another former Niagara Ice Dog, one of my favorite players, is now 23 years old with Reedy at the middle. We've got Matthew Phillips, who's a little bit older, as well as Lane Peterson. Arthur Kayamov, he is now a 77 overall at 27 years old. On the back end, Nikolai Knizhov with Sean Dursey. Nemila, who we got from the Leafs, I believe. Santeri Hadaka, Millman, and Larocque, as Millman's trying to crack into that 80 overall, still pretty young. And then in net, we've got Alexei Melnichuk and Sawchenko. So obviously an older team in the AHL. Can they move on to the next round? And they do. All right, so a little bit of, we take that. That's a win. They're going to go up against the Ontario Reign, as Kayamov has got 5 points. Going up against the Ontario Reign, who had 50 wins themselves in Game 1. We're going to win that one. All right, 1-0 lead over the Ontario Reign. Game 2, we're going to take that one 2-1 as we are absolutely cruising. You see Ozzy Weisblatt with 6 points in 7 games. Game 3, we're going to lose that one back into Ontario. Can we take a 3-1 lead? We do. A 1-0 overtime win. 1 game away from the 3rd round for these Barracuda, as you see Ethan Cardwell take over the point lead. We've got an overtime win, and we are going on to the 3rd round of the Calder Cup. We'll move on again. And in the 3rd round, we're going to take on the Manitoba Moose. We'll check in the NHL and see where we are in terms of the playoff tree, as the Toronto Maple Leafs lose to the Detroit Red Wings. And it looks like Washington will move on against the Islanders. Game 7 between the Calgary Flames and Ducks looks to be the only thing still remaining. As, man, this season for the Sharks really hurts. All right, Game 1 against the Moose, that's a loss. Game 2, we win that one 4-3. Ozzy Weisblatt with 10 points in 12 games. Maybe cracks the roster next season. Game 3, we'll take that one 5-3. On to Game 4 in Manitoba. We'll lose that one. It's a 2-2 series as Matthew Phillips now takes the point lead. All right, a Game 5, pivotal Game 5. We'll win that one 1-0, and we are 1 game away from the finals. And we are going to win, and we are going to be taking on the Rochester Americans, who had 60 wins in the Calder Cup playoff finals. Not bad for the squadron. Let's take a look at Rochester, as at least the Barracuda will get a shot at the cup here, as we'll take a look at Rochester and see how their lineup looks, as we've got Paul Stastny at 39 years of age, with Philip Hollander and Olivier Nadeau, Morala, Matej Pekar, Barkley Goodrow, Alex Kerfoot. These guys just signed old NHLers that are on their last leg. On defense, Simon Forsmark, a second rounder in 2022, is an 82 overall. Josh Brook, an 81 overall. Man, they are deadly. This is a lot of NHLers. Olivier Rodrigue, I'm going to say Rodrigue, 78 overall. Okay, this is going to be a pretty tough go. But nonetheless, let's see if we can do it, as this is going to be a huge moment for the Barracuda. The one thing we want to do while we're in the finals of the postseason here is take a look at our contract situation, okay? So obviously, Alex Killorn at 35 years of age, he's an 86 overall, making $6.65 million, and now a free agent. So he does want an extension, but do we want to re-sign him? Because more than likely, he will drop an overall. We'll take a look. How did he look this season? As for these San Jose Sharks, he had 55 points in 82 games. He has basically been a 50-point player, which is phenomenal. I mean, you can't ask for much more. However, he is making $6 million. We'll see what he wants. He only wants 4.6, and now you've got to consider the huge drop-off in his overall. We might be able to get him for under $4 million, but we got to go down and take a look at some other options here just and see what we have. So Alex Burakovsky also wants an extension at 30 years of age, but it's a lot more, obviously, being 30 years old. We can't do anything about Carlson. We've still got 3 more years of that at 34 years old. We can only hope that he goes the Vlasic route and he retires. As we go down a little bit, Mario Ferraro, we are 1,000% re-signing because he is the heart and soul of these San Jose Sharks, and his contract actually isn't that bad. So right now he wants 7.25, does want an extension. We might be able to get him for just over $4 million. Let's try $4.5 million, and we'll see if he accepts it. Now, I kind of want to lock him up for a little while, but man, he wants a lot more money the further you go out. I'm going to... a bridge deal, but he is a UFA. At 2 years, it jumps up $300,000. Yeah, that's a lot. I want to sign him for the duration of his career, but how much would we get for him if... How much would he take as a pay cut? $4.6 million. He's 26 years old. He's a medium top 4. 4.6. 3 years... I'm just wondering if he's going to go that much up, that much more in prices. It is very expensive to sign these guys as it gets a little bit further. 4.6 for 3 years. I'm actually going to send that. I think that that's a little bit better. I'll take it. We'll see if he accepts the 3-year deal. And see what happens here. We've got Cody. Man, Cody Glass has been awesome for us. And he wants $2.5 million. This is a bargain contract. Like... How long can we sign him for? Can we do the max? For whatever reason, Cody Glass is the worst agent in the history of sports agents. Like, a $3 million even at an 84 overall. Like, right now, he wants 2.5. I mean, what would that... At 8 years, 2.97. If he wants an extension, is 2.5 million. But at 8 years, he'd be 30. He's probably going to regress a little bit. So let's do 4 years to get him to 30 years of age at 2.7 million. 2.7. He might accept 2.3. We'll see. If we can get him for 4 years, I mean, even if he's on the 4th line at 84 overall, we take that and run. All right, as we move down, taking a look at some of our other options. Hayden Fleury, 82 overall as a free agent now. He wants, again, pretty cheap on the extension, which isn't bad at all. That's pretty cheap for an 82 overall. In the system, is there anyone coming up on the back end that we could throw that would threaten his position? I mean, we've got Chandler Lotz, but he's a righty. What is Fleury? He is playing, I believe, on the left side. He is playing on the left side. And Lotz is a lefty-righty, though. Shoots right, but does play both positions. So we are going to have to make a decision here. Because then we've also got Mason Millman, who's 23. He's a medium top 6. Santeri Hadaka, I don't think he's going to be enough to push him out of the lineup. And then Namila, again, not high enough. We've got our first-round pick, I believe, in last year's draft, Julius Allison, who is a medium elite defenseman. Again, a righty, though. And at 19 years of age, would probably just sign him maybe his entry-level deal. But really no options here. We do have Nikolai Knizhov, though, at 80 overall. What does he want? I doubt it's going to be... Yeah, he does want... We might be able to sign him, again, for cheap. Because at 80... He's already 27 years of age, which is the issue. I feel like we should re-sign him, though. And at 3 years, which would take him to 30, I wonder what he would go for. 9.7. We'll do 1 million, 3 years at 80 overall on a one-way. I mean, even if we have to drop that contract into the AHL, whatever. But I mean, I think we have to sign. I think we have to re-sign Fleury. The forwards too. We have to figure out what we're gonna do with the forwards. But I think we have to re-sign Fleury no matter what, because he's just so cheap, and the contracts for defensemen are just so stupidly expensive. Like at 3 years, 4 years. Actually, we'll go 2. I like having everyone at 30 come up, because then, you know, we might be able to get some prospects. And again, some of these guys might not accept. We'll do 2.4 million for Hayden Fleury. He does want an extension, so we'll see what if he'll accept that. So now we've got our defensemen. It looks like we're going to be able to retain our entire top 6, which isn't bad. In nets, Lindbergh's contract is what makes him, you know, which makes him valuable. You know, Talbot at 37, he's gone no matter what. And then among the forward core, Kalorn, Burakovsky, Glass is being re-signed. So it looks like we're just going to lose Kalorn. We have a ton of cap space, though. In the system, who do we got that's pushing? Ozzy Weisblatt is going to play in the NHL next year. Like, there's no way around it. And if we sign him right now... Oh, man. At 23 years of age... A 2-year deal. He wants $8 million. Actually, what does a 3-year deal look like? He does jump up, but you got to think he should be a little bit higher than that. You know what? We'll do the 2-year deal, and we'll give him $800K, and it's a one-way deal, but that's fine. He's gonna play in the NHL next year. Same with Ozzy Weisblatt. He wants a 2-way contract, and we'll see if he does that for 3 seasons. That's going to be huge. And I just want to get most of these done now, because as you get later on, guys, in the franchise, it's very tough to re-sign, because they really want, they kind of want a lot of money as you get closer to free agency. So we'll see if we can lock up some of these other guys, like Kayamov till he's 30 in the AHL. Obviously, our AHL team has been phenomenal. We've got Gushkin. Does he want, again, a 3-way deal? For sure. If he wants the bare minimum, that's fine. Again, these agents, man, just lacking in skill, I feel. We'll see if Blaine Peterson takes a 3-year deal to it. And then we've got some options here with Vyacheslav Artukin, who was a 4th rounder in 2023, a low elite, now 70 overall. We're going to have to sign him, because he's got to play, you know, his contract's going to run out and be a free agent, as is Lamb and some other options as well. So I feel like we're pretty good. We're ready for the Calder Cup, and we'll see if we can win the Calder. I mean, obviously, it isn't the Stanley Cup, but we'll see if we can beat the 60-win Rochester Americans in game number 1. Oh, we do have some signings. Okay, Weisblatt is going to re-sign. That's huge. And we're going to take game number 1 in Rochester. On to game number 2. Lane Peterson does re-sign. Nikolai Knizhov re-signs. Ferraro takes his deal. So does Hayden Fleury. Cody Glass, that's a huge contract saving for us. Cardwell, Gushkin, Kayamov, and we're laughing. We take the loss, though. It is a 1-1 series now in between San Jose and Rochester. Back to San Jose, though, in the tank. 14 points now for Matthew Phillips. We're going to win game 3. So we have a 2-1 series lead. Game number 4, that's going to go to us as well. We are 1 win away from the Calder Cup. All right, here we go. Can we win? We've got 3 shots here. And again, a nice little consolation prize. Through the first period, it is 1-0. Weisblatt on that new contract is going to put us up 1-0 on the power play. Through 2, and we are rolling 4-1. Weisblatt, Jasper Weatherby, and Niemela is going to give us a 3-goal lead. And it looks like these Barracuda are going to win the Calder, which is huge for the development of a lot of these guys. But let's just see how it plays out. We are doubling them in shots. Everything looks to be going our way. Just under 5 minutes. We'll hop in. And here we go. A 4-1 lead, with a chance to win the Calder Cup for the San Jose Barracuda. The Sharks disappointed, losing in round number 1. But the Barracuda looking to help us out. As NATO with Rochester. They're desperate. They need a goal every 30 seconds. Here's Stastny at 39 years of age. Hollander's got it. Walks out. NATO with a shot. Rebound. That one's going to be stopped as well. Weisblatt, fresh off his new contract, is going to kick it behind the net. And here goes Nikolai Knizhov. Sends that over to Raska. How many of these guys are going to be playing in San Jose next year? We've got some options now. As a shot on by Raska is going to go just wide. Along the boards, under 40 seconds to go. Stastny, maybe the last game of his career in the AHL. 39 years of age. Stastny back out to NATO towards the net. That one stopped as well. 27 seconds. A shot again, and Melnichuk putting on a performance here as they look to lock up the Calder Cup. Here's Weisblatt looking for more. Shot on. That one's going to be stopped as well. 15 seconds remaining in this year's Calder Cup. Here we go. Reedy on the draw. 15 to go. Sent back behind the net. Gushkin. Daniil Gushkin. The insane Russian talents helped the squad get to the championship. 2-1. And the San Jose Barracuda are going to win the Calder Cup. As the boys celebrate, the Sharks weren't able to win it. But as it wasn't just a San Jose rebuild, it was a franchise rebuild. The Barracuda, our AHL team, winning the championship is big. We wanted to rebuild the entire organization, and it starts here with the minors. As the Barracuda are the AHL champions. And the captain gonna take it home. Gustafsson lifts it up. Big win for the organization. Ozzy Weisblatt's been in the minors for years. Looks like he's gonna move on to the NHL. And what a way to end his AHL career with a championship. And there it is. What a squad in the AHL, the San Jose Barracuda. All right, so we do finish the season on a high note, I guess technically, as the Stanley Cup Finals is going to come down to the Washington Capitals and the Winnipeg Jets, but a 3-0 lead for the Capitals as they look for their second Stanley Cup in the last decade or so. I guess it would still be a reverse sweep, maybe. It's 3-2. There's a Game 7. Hang on. Does Winnipeg do the unthinkable? And the Washington Capitals avoid disaster as they are your Stanley Cup champions. Good Lord. As we take a look at the season awards here, the Washington Capitals are your Stanley Cup champions. I mean, good Lord, that was close. We'll go to the individual awards as Matt Boldy is going to take home the Art Ross Trophy. The Hart Memorial also going to Boldy after Kaprizov won it the 3 years prior. Morgan Riley wins his second straight Norris. Boldy with the Lady Bing. Good Lord, what a player they have there in Minnesota. The Calder goes to Tracy, who was huge in eliminating us in the first round. The Conn Smythe to Alex Ovechkin. Skinner's going to win the Vezina. Okay. I mean, hey, Edmonton. Get rid of Smith. Let's see what happens. Lindbergh is going to win the William Jennings. Obviously, he had a brutal playoffs, but good to see a Shark win the William Jennings for the least amount of goals. Bill Masterton goes to Parayko. The Jack Adams goes to Emerton from the Vancouver Canucks. The Selke to O'Reilly. The Ted Lindsay goes to Boldy. The Maurice Richard Trophy to Austin Matthews. I mean, hey, that's not bad at all. We'll take a look at the AHL as well, because obviously we won the Calder Cup, our first Calder Cup. We'll go look at the individual awards. Gunler is going to win the Solenberger Trophy, and it looks like he's cleaning house here. I'm just wondering if any of the Barracuda were able to win. As man, Barry is in the AHL for the best defenseman in the American Hockey. Mike Smith won the best goaltender. I mean, you can't make this up. I mean, what in the world? And there we go. Melnichuk is awarded the most valuable player of the Calder Cup. So, a big win there for Melnichuk. I mean, good Lord. Mike Smith, he's still around. Good Lord. But now we go into the offseason, and obviously we took care of a lot of things there leading up to this. So we'll see. Obviously, we've got the draft to worry about. We'll see what draft picks we do have. As the draft lottery, here we go. As always, we'll do a quick summary as Dallas is going to move up from 6 to 1. Seattle stays at 2. St. Louis falls from 1 to 3. Boston from 3 to 4. Buffalo, Arizona, Montreal. Vegas, who did acquire that pick via the Tampa Bay Lightning. Pittsburgh, Los Angeles, Ottawa, Nashville, Vegas, Chicago, New Jersey, and Philadelphia round out the top 16 in the draft lottery. So Dallas moving up 6 to 1. That's going to be huge. However, the draft class does not look to have one of those absolute out-of-control franchise players, as Jonathan Tamura is ranked number 1 right now. Walker Davidson and Dylan Hodges round out the top 3 with Robert Pettersson as well as Victor Eklund. I'm not going to lie, our forward core is pretty solid. I think a defenseman would be huge, but we have to, obviously, we're going to have a later pick. A medium elite right-handed defenseman with Tyler Hadar might be someone we take a peek at. The issue is we need lefties. Like, we need some left-handed defensemen. And at the top of the draft, it's all forwards, so I don't really see a reason why we've got to go out and get a huge forward here. But we'll take a look as the highest rated left-handed defenseman is that medium top 4 potential, and that's just really not going to do it for us. Calvin Glennie, we did not get to see. We go down here, Keefe. Any of these guys look to be of value. We've got potentially a medium elite in Tyler Kunitz, who is in the late stages of the first round. I mean, he's ready in 3 years at 17 years of age. That means he's going to be a high overall in a similar style to Sergei Gonchar. That actually might be who we take a look at. Kunitz is an option as we go down here. Any of the guys outside the first round that would be considered an elite is obviously someone that we want to keep an eye on. Obviously, right-handed defenseman we don't really need. All right, so he's really the one that we're looking for. We'll take a look at the retired players. And Claude Giroux is going to hang him up after 1,269 games. We've got Jacob Voracek, so rip to the Philadelphia Flyers of old, and they were on New Jersey. Letang retires with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Duncan Keith, Patrick Hornquist, Kyle Okposo, Mark Giordano, Foligno, Alexander Radulov, Derek Brassard, Wayne Simmons, Alex Goligoski, Sam Gagne, Shattenkirk, Muzzin. Muzzin was still playing. Wow. At 36, actually, okay. It doesn't look like we're losing anyone there. And then in net, we'll take a look at the goaltenders. Mike Smith, at 43 years of age, finally hangs him up. Yaroslav Alak at 40. Devin Dubnyk, he's going to retire. Martin Jones, thankfully, it's been real. He's out of the league. All right, so Claude Giroux leading that class. And it looks like Claude Giroux could now be a coach of those New Jersey Devils. We take a look at the coaches that have retired. I don't believe we've lost anyone. We'll take a look here. No, it doesn't look like we've lost any coaches. Okay, so let's go ahead to the draft and see where we're at. Taking a look. The contract situation. Killorn and Burakovsky are the big question marks here. Right now, it looks like we're going to have about 14, 15 million. If we're going to lose 286s, that's kind of tough. Because, but I mean, the huge savings on glass. And man, look at Artemi Kanayev, sorry. Up to 85 after that rookie season. We might be okay here. In net, let's see the goaltender situation. Lindbergh is now an 84. I don't think we should sign Killorn or Burakovsky, guys. They've been great for us. Because, man, he wants 6.6. And let's say, like, even if they are able... even if they are able to take, you know, a pay cut, obviously. Let's say we get him for, you know, at 6.5 for 3 years. We're looking at Like 5.5 million for an 85 overall. I guess in free agencies, that's not bad, but I kind of want... Ozzy Weisblatt is going to be on this team. Like, Ozzy Weisblatt, no matter what, as is, I really want Bordelot as well. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Thomas Bordelot, who I think is going to be one of the best players for the Sharks over the next 5 to 10 years, in all honesty. But I do think that, I really do think that Weisblatt is going to be on the team. And same with Jaeger. Like, you know, I don't see how we don't. So I think that it's time to move on from those two. And that'll be big. Let's see what is in the draft, though. Let's go ahead with our Year 5 draft. This would be, I believe, our 4th draft. Math is bad for me. We're going into year 2025. I believe this is our 4th draft, maybe 5th. But here we go. We don't draft until 28. So we have got... I really don't see... I really don't see a reason to go after the first overall. Obviously, like, we have forwards. Forwards are not the issue. Let's take a look at our draft picks. So we've got a first, 2 seconds, 3 thirds, a lot of fifths. Like, we can make some moves here to move up. I just don't really see a need to do that right now. If we take a look at the draft class, we've got some time here. Like, Jonathan Samura, he's NHL ready. A medium elite that's NHL ready is huge, though. Oh, man. That would be huge. Milan Lucic for Walker Davidson and Dylan Hodges, who appears to be a gem. Vladimir Tarasenko, a 6'4" winger. That could be huge. That could be huge. We have got a lot of picks to deal with. We're going to sim this pick, though, because getting first is just... Tamura's an 84 overall medium elite. Wow. Okay. Let's see. The Kraken are up next. I just want to see if it's possible to even move up. I really don't think it will be. But we'll take a look here, as this draft pick is going to be... They don't want to move it, and that makes it even more difficult. We have got a lot of picks we can move. Like, if we do first, second, third, or first and 2 seconds, and even into the third, it's close. I say we do... Let's do it. It's not going to take it. They don't want to move it. I don't really think that's worth. I don't think it's worth. These guys, I get that they're going to be really good. I get that they're going to be really good, but I just don't think the value's there, and we don't need them. Like, Robert Pettersson, even Eklund. Is Eklund NHL ready? Teemu Solani. I mean, now I'm starting to talk myself into it. We've got Couture up the middle. We've got Bedard. We've got Hurdle. A centerman. A winger is what we need, especially with Burakovsky gone. Okay, especially with Burakovsky gone. And obviously, Walker Davidson would be awesome. Plays like Milan Lucic, so it's probably a power forward. Dylan Hodgson. These guys don't want to move their picks at all, though, which is an issue. It's going to be tough to move up. If we went all in, like, would they have any interest in... Allison, there's no reason to... a medium elite. No, there's no reason. Hayden Fleury, we could move, who we just has some value, but I think we're gonna run out of time. Like, if we just went a full gambit here, like, what happens here? Do they take it? They don't. There's really no need. I don't think that's worth it. We're gonna hold off here. Sim the pick, and Walker Davis is an 83 overall medium elite. Man, not bad. Like, not bad at all. Man, that's nice. That is a nice... There is a lot of decent players up here, but they're all forwards. Dylan Hodges. Can be outspoken, and it tends to affect his professionalism. Vladimir Tarasenko has tape-to-tape zone ability. Oh, my goodness. And tons of superstar abilities. Bad character, though. Like, do we want... I feel like our leadership group can handle someone like this, though. You know, it's funny that Vladimir Tarasenko comp goes to the St. Louis Blues. I mean, they want a first. They want this first. Maybe. Doesn't go. Maybe a third. Rejected. Does a second next year work as well? All right, here we go. Doesn't work. This is a lot to give up. They don't want to move this pick. They have their guy. All right, so St. Louis Blues will not budge. We'll sim this, and he's going to be good. An 80 overall medium elite is okay. That hurts less. Be another like 83, 84. All right, we've got Robert Pedersen. Is this the Teemu Selanne? NHL ready. Doesn't have any similar style. Big tipper as a centerman. We don't need a centerman. Victor Eklund. Teemu Selanne. I mean, okay. Okay, we've got 2 shots here. Is there more than one guy that we want? Teemu Selanne. Then we've got Jordan Gavin. NHL ready. This is a great leader as well. With yoink and stick him up. So a good defensive winger. Okay. I would love to trade up here. We have so many picks. Can we get there? Doesn't want it. Maybe a third. I doubt it. We'll do a second next year. They don't want it. Maybe one more third. This is a huge haul of picks, man. Okay, we were able to get it. We traded a ton. Let's make our pick, though. And it's going to be Victor Eklund. Must bulk up. Man, he is the cousin or the brother of William Eklund. And why not bring a similar style to Teemu Selanne, former Shark, to these Sharks? We got the Eklund brothers. Let's take them. And a 79 overall medium elite. We can't complain. In Victor Eklund. But now we've got, now we obviously don't have a lot of those picks. So we take a look at the draft class. I still want that player we were keeping an eye on. And that would be Tyler Kunitz, who's a medium elite. I mean, he's not fully scouted. Defenseman. We'll take a look at some of the other elite players that are here. So in the first round, we've got Tyler Hadar, who is a right-handed defensive defenseman, slated to go 30th. He's 4 years away, though, at 18, meaning that he is going to be a very, very low overall. But that's a nice bottom or end of the first round. We've got Kravchenko, Stanislav Kravchenko. 4 years out at 17. It's 6'5". So there are some options in this draft. Okay. And we'll see how the ending of the first round goes, but we'll go through the next few picks. Okay, Pedersen is a 79 overall medium elite. That's fine. That was the other option we had. And Gavin, same situation. So we didn't miss out here. Moran is a 79. Wow, a ton of depth at this draft. Tuzolino is an 82 overall medium elite. That's a huge pickup there. So we missed a little bit. Lombardi, we're starting to get into the non-elites. Stamkos. Let's go. Zharkov. As we go down a few more. Chung. For the Predators. Dryden. Any other medium elites or elite players that we missed out on? It doesn't look like it. We're getting into the top. Almost at the end of the teens here. Keep going. Richter is a medium elite defenseman there. Richter's a 63 overall. I mean, obviously, that's ways out, though. The problem is we don't want to wait that long. Our team is very good. All right, so here's the issue. Scouting has Kunitz coming up, as well as Hadar. We know Hadar a little bit more. I'm worried if we trade up for Kunitz that it's going to be a risk. He's 3 years out at 17, though. He's got a high overall. They want to move this pick. But do we have anything that we can offer? Because we only have thirds. Yeah, this is going to be, like, there's no shot here. Obviously, trading up was tough to get. Yeah, there's no way. No way. We made our pick to get inside the top 5, and that's fine. Cleary goes. All right. The Kraken are going to get Hadar's. The 65 overall. Medium top 4. So that's actually not bad. That saved us. Medium top 4. Matthew. Man. That means Kunitz is still there. I want to see what it is. I feel like I'm okay. I'm not going to be able to trade for him. I don't want to really move any of the other players out. Let's see. Let's see who we have to trade. All right, I'm talking myself into this. Among skaters, I don't want to move any of these guys. Like, these are all our core players. You know, Victor Eklund's a 79 overall 18-year-old. Chandler Lotz, who we got at the 3rd overall last year, is an 80 overall. We got Ivan Kulemin, who's now an 86 overall. Hurdle, Allison. Like, Allison better make a huge jump. 25th overall last year, but he's got so many. And he's a righty, so we don't need another defenseman. It's just the lefty defensemen that are the issue, and I don't really see any reason to move on from it. We're not moving Couture. We're not moving Weisblatt. No, there's no reason. Femus. In terms of goaltenders, maybe? What about goalies? We do have a high pick here in Sullivan, but Danny O'Sullivan's probably going to be our goaltender of the future. So, yeah, there's really no need. I don't want to move up into the first round again. We're talking about trading a ton of other stuff. We've already moved on our second picks, and there goes Kunitz. It's a medium top 4, 65 overall. So, you know, not a huge thing here. We'll go to the end of the round, and we'll see did anyone go late? We've got Enroth, Ritu, and Kabanov, so we didn't miss anything here. Okay, so we didn't miss anything here. We're going to round 2. Take a look at the draft class, and it doesn't look like there's any huge studs that are still available. We've got a couple of medium elites with the second potential, but again, we might be able to move up here. The low elite Kravchenko is who we want, and he's 73rd ranked, so like that's way down. We might be able to get him in the 3rd round. So, do we risk it? I say we risk it. We'll go to the next round, and we hope that he doesn't get taken. Let's take a look here. Boyce was a medium top 9. Were there any elites? Breen, Wheel. Wheel was a medium top 9. No elites. Oh, low elite and Jelena. Okay. Here we go. We got Jacques Jelena, who's a low elite. 18 years of age at 60. He's got a long way to go. We've got Berard, who's a low elite at 17. Man, he's probably gonna be pretty good. Okay, so there were some steals here. There were some steals. The half scouted guys. You know, obviously you're gonna miss some every once in a while. A medium elite. That was the goaltender, Mikhail Emelin, but still a ways away from being anything. And then Pitt, another goaltender, but again, that's still a ways away. We've got Hobbs. So it does look like our boy is still on the clock. And when would our pick be? 88. Take a look at the draft class. Where's our boy? Kravchenko's coming up. Let's see if we can trade for this pick and just, you know, kind of seal things up here. We can trade a couple thirds, maybe 2/3 for him. Actually, let's see if we can go 2/3 and a 5th. A 3rd and a 5th. Rejected. Maybe one more 5th. And we're going to take that. Okay, let's make our move here and select Kravchenko. Stanislav Kravchenko from Russia. 4 years out at 17 years of age. Would mesh well with any locker room, well-rounded and as an unstoppable force. So here we go. Welcome to the squad. Stanislav Kravchenko, who is a low top 6 at 62 overall. So we tried our shot here. It didn't work out. All right. There's really no one else I'm super high on here. Like, again, we'll try and shoot our shot because I believe we still have a 3rd here. A Boris Saprikin. But, man, it's left-handed defenseman that we need. Other than that, there's low top 6s. You know, a low top 4. A low top 4. Interesting. Again, righty, man. We only have righties. So we can go ahead and sim to our next pick, which is 95th. Which is in the round 3. And did we miss any low elites or anything like that? Any elites here? Does not look like it. We did not. Alright, let's make our pick. So not a terrible draft so far. So we could go with Boris Semin, who is a medium elite. Or we could go with, yeah, they might as well. Actually, That medium top 9 confirmed. I kind of like that. Low top 6. Interesting. No, we might as well shoot our shot. All right, so we've got a couple options here. Boris Semin, he's 4 years out at 19. There's no point. There's literally no point there. So we could go with Joakim Kakko, who is a left-handed defenseman, 4 years out at 18. He's a low top 6. There's nothing wrong with that. A low elite in Olli Vatanen in nets, 5 years out. Like, goaltenders are always so low rated. The low top 6 kind of interests me, because Boris Semin is just not, like, he's 4 years out at 19, so his overall is going to be really low. So we might as well go with Joakim Kakko, and we'll make our pick in the 3rd round. And a 58 overall, low top 6. So maybe he can become something. Probably won't. But we'll go to our next pick here. And we'll see. We're in the 5th round now. So we're shooting our shots at, some guys that probably, Matej Holton. 5 years out at 19. No point there. A left defenseman, Joey Stevenson. 4 years out at 20 years of age. There's no way. It's not going to do it. A low top 6 in Terrell Corazzini. 4 years out at 19. Not gonna go. Medium top 9 in Coburn. Interesting. 5 years out at 19. Low top 9 in Steve Amonte. 4 years at 17. Okay, this is a little bit better. Little bit better here. We know he's a low top 9. In the 5th round, we'll take it. 58 overall. Couple years. We'll let him cook in the minors and see what happens. We'll go on to the 6th round. And we've got 2 7ths next year. No reason for that trade. See if we can make our pick. And again, we got to restock the AHL. We're going to lose some players. And Holton. 5 years out at 19. There's no reason for him. Yeah, like, he's not going to become anything. Joey Stevenson. 4 years at age at 20. A low top 6. A low top 6 in Terrell Corazzini at 19. 4 years out. Why not? From Italy. Corazzini. A low top 9 at 59th overall. Okay. Now to 220. We're in the 7th round here. Looking at hopes and prayers. Is there any medium elites? We'll go with Holton or Stevenson. We'll go with Stevenson. Why not? Let's go. Stevenson. 59 overall, low top 6. And that is going to do it for our draft. So obviously, we trade up and get William Eklund's brother, Victor, who's going to be a huge addition to the squad. Obviously, we're going to lose Killorn and Burakovsky. We got Kravchenko as well, who isn't bad, but a lot of just, like, depth for our minor league, which is fine because we've got a lot of guys that are almost turning 30 in the AHL, and it's probably time to move on. Our offseason is going to be pretty simple, I think, as we do have to re-sign our AHL associate coach and the NHL goalie coach, so we'll take a look at our coaching staff here. I mean, there's no reason to move on from Theo Wilson. He's an A everything. He's won the President's Cup with us. He's got 196 wins, 170 losses as a coach. And he kind of fits Bedard and Carrier and everyone pretty well, right? The only players that he doesn't fit are Carlson, who will move on. Savoy kind of hurts a little bit. I mean, but it's okay. Then we've got Lassard, who's been great as well. Does he fit? No, that's not bad. Corazzini as our assistant, and then our Furland, who's got an A- for teaching as our goalie coach, which is great. So we'll see if we can go ahead and re-sign him. We'll give him a huge deal. And then our AHL associate coach, let's take a look here. As he's got to be for coach or for teaching. I'm really not liking our AHL head coach, but he matches perfectly with the NHL, which is, again, is a huge thing. So we do re-sign. Here we go. We do have some scouts that are ready to move on, but they're C-level ones, so it doesn't really matter. And we have one restricted free agent that we've got to take a look at. So let's go ahead to our re-sign phase and see what we've got to work with. And again, we did a lot of the heavy lifting just before. We've got Killorn, and again, I'm going to assume that he wants a ton. $4 million. He dropped his... man. On a 1-year deal, he wants less. That's 3.46, but I have a... Do we re-sign him? I think at that... He's going to drop an overall, but I think that even if he drops to like an 83 or an 84 at 3.5 for 1 year, we can trade him. We're going to offer Killorn a contract. He's fit well. We're going to offer him a contract. Burakovsky, he's going to want way too much. He had a good season, but nothing crazy. Yeah, there's no way. It's been nice, but we'll see you later. Moving on down the line here. I'm not seeing really. So Eklund at 79 overall. Do we want to sign him at age 18 and put him in the NHL? I don't really think so. I think our team is too good. I want to give him a shot. He's just a great zone ability all the way around. I think that we can keep him, you know, in you know what? Might as well sign him to his entry-level deal. Let's just see what happens. You know, he's already almost an 80 overall. Let's just see. We've got Passenchuk, who is a 77 overall, 27 years of age. He does want a contract. It is a two-way deal. We'll sign him until he's 30, and that's fine, as we do need some depth on defensemen. All right, Namila, well, he's 76 overall, 23. He's not going to become much more, but we will put him, you know, 2-3 years. That's fine. The max, a two-way offer. That's really nothing going to hurt us at all either. All right, Artukin has to be signed to his entry-level deal, as he's now ready. Allison is 69 overall. We don't need to sign him. Lamb is a low elite at 67. We've got to sign him. I don't know if he's going to develop fast enough. And then we've got all of the players that we just drafted this year, as well as Hope, who is a bottom 6. We drafted in the 7th round 2 years ago. We can move on from him. He is not going to become anything, so nothing huge there. In nets. All right, in net, we've got a couple things here. We've got Lindbergh at 800K for another season. That's huge. Talbot, what does he want as an extension? Does he want two-way? No shot you're getting that. Melnichuk, obviously just won the Calder. He wants a one-way deal. We can't. I don't want to. We're not taking a one-way deal. Where Sachenko will take it till he's 30, 74 overall. So he is probably going to be the starter for the Barracuda. And then we've got our future goaltender. He is going to get his entry-level deal, and he's probably going to start or be somewhere in the AHL, which is okay. So we'll go ahead and sim and see if Killorn will re-sign. All right, Furland accepts the goalie coach role. And Gagne does not want to re-sign as the AHL associate coach. So we've got to see. You've not money in your contract. So Killorn did not want to accept there. Sachenko. Passenchuk does not. Yeah, I understand. O'Sullivan, Artukin, Eklund, Namila, Lamb. Okay. All right, so the coaching staff, we'll take a look again at that. So the NHL is fine. Do we really care about this for the associate coach? I mean, he's a B level. Is he a... We'll try one more time. All right. So there we go. We'll see if they take that. How much... I'm curious on how much cap room we have. We have 13 million. And that's without Killorn. We're going to lose Burakovsky, though. I think we need to sign him. Let's try 3.8 or 3.6. 3.6 million for 1 year. He wants the extension. He might deny this and then come back and say he doesn't want to resign it. If that's the case, so be it. He does not want that deal. He is bargaining. Maybe, do we do it at 4 million? I'm going to do it at 4 mil. And if he takes it, we might just trade him. But again, we're going to have about 10 million to sign someone, and that's huge. All right, Gagne does not want to join the team. And, okay, it's easy for you to join our team for a one-year deal. Yeah, we're playing hardball. Okay. We're not going to re-sign that coach. He doesn't want to, so he can take a hike. And we're going to go to free agency here. As we are taking a look now real quick at our scouts and what's out there. You know what? I would love to hire any... Okay, we'll go through. The one thing you want to do is try and find as many A-level scouts as you can. Just because, you know, obviously they are going to be a little bit more accurate. And this one is a WHL scout. And we'll see if we can sign him. Or Audrey Lindsay, sorry, her. Moving on down the line, the OHL, C-level, Q, USA, B for USA. But that's not really going to move the needle, to be honest with you. Europe, Nordic, as well as Russia. We've got to take a look also as well at, you know, how many players are coming out of that year, and we do that all the time no matter what. All right. We do need to hire a coach for the AHL. So let's take a look at the AHL. I would love someone that fits, that teaches well. Like Maxime Parks right here. That's who we're looking for. Maxime Parks. And we'll see if we can sign Maxime Parks. That'd be big. Again, you want your AHL to have teaching at least. Okay, let's take a look at free agency. We've got some money to spend. 10.2. And the highest is Leon Draisaitl at 12.6 milli. He fits forward line 1. Does this team go out and get Leon Draisaitl? Good Lord. We also need a left-handed defenseman. And it just so happens Victor Hedman is available. There are a ton of options here for us, guys. At the highest level. He's 34, and he wants a 2-year deal, does Hedman. At 93 overall. I really think, man, we could move Killorn on a sign-and trade and grab either one of these guys. Moving on down just a little bit. I mean, man, Iafallo only wanting $3.4 million is not bad either. Nolan Patrick's there as well. Troy Terry. There is a lot of options here. Troy Terry. At $2.6 million. What is going on? Puljujarvi is cheap too. We have got a lot of options, guys, but here's what I want to know. In the comments section down below, you guys need to tell me, Draisaitl or Hedman, do we go after one of them, and which ones? The ones with the comments with the most likes I want to see, and we will go after one of these two because I do think it will be worth it, and that might push us over the edge. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and thank you again for hanging out and watching the San Jose Sharks franchise rebuild. I will see you in episode 11. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.